This foundation looks like it's something I would buy for 50 euros at Sephora, but can you believe it's under 9 euros at the drugstore? Let's discover it together. It's the new CATRICE Nude Drop Tinted Serum Foundation, and I think you really need to know about it. So it's one of those hybrids between skincare and makeup. It's going to be out in your drugstores in mid-January 2023. I have been trying it since the end of November 2022, and I can fairly say it's already one of my favorite foundations of all time, let alone the favorite foundation I have from the drugstore. And today I'm going to show you how it really performs. Let's start with the packaging. I think you can already see that it's reminiscent of the CATRICE HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. The Nude Drop Tinted Serum Foundation is more glowy, and this one is more on the matte side. Glass bottle, and it comes with a dropper. Depending on the size of CATRICE counter in your drugstore, you will find 4 or 6 shades. However, if you're in Germany, you can check on the CATRICE website, find even more shades. Shipping is free if you select the online exclusive shades. It contains hyaluronic acid, which makes your skin very, very glowy and deeply hydrates it, and vitamin E, which is a very good ingredient to preserve the skin barrier. Other than that, this foundation doesn't contain alcohol or perfume, so it's very suitable for sensitive skin. I totally validated on my rosacea. It hasn't inflamed me at all, and for me personally, it was totally safe to use. It's also vegan and doesn't contain microplastic particles. For those of you who have oily or combination skin and are a little bit on the fence about the glowiness, this foundation is also oil-free and there are no parabens added. I love the consistency. It's very liquid and runny. The coverage is light to medium, I would say. With the first layer, you have a light coverage. It's just enough to cover little rednesses, but still, and even out your skin tone, but still lets your skin shine through. And with the second layer, you can obtain this much coverage, and mind you, I have rosacea, so it really covered my redness very, very well, but still, it has this second skin effect. I want to do one side with the sponge and one side with the brush just to see the difference in application of this foundation. So let's shake the foundation. Start applying just one drop here and blend in with the sponge. I think it applies really, really nicely with the sponge. This is definitely a foundation that needs to be dabbed rather than swiped on. As you can see, the coverage is pretty good. It's like a light coverage, but it can build up to medium, and I think it did a pretty good job, you know? Foundation brush on the other side. I'm using a CATRICE face brush. It was a bronzer brush, but it's just so cute, and I found out that it works really, really well. Let me remove my nose ring. It works really, really well with foundation, and this is the effect with the sponge. This is the effect with the foundation. I did apply a little bit less on the side of the brush. I'm going to reapply a little bit more. And as you can see, the coverage is light at the beginning, but if you add one more layer, like a very thin layer, the coverage is medium, immediate. I would say there's not even a need for me to add one more layer because I can see that it covered my redness pretty well, and some of the imperfections like these two guys right here or this little guy right here are still shining through, but I will try and deal with them with concealer. With my concealer, So here are my final thoughts. It has become one of my favorite foundations of all time. It's an excellent foundation with a true second skin effect. It's glowy and dewy. It's still very good with the coverage. It doesn't irritate my skin because it doesn't contain perfume and it doesn't contain alcohol. It's definitely the perfect foundation for people who are over 30 and are looking for dewy finishes with some coverage, but still very, very thin textures that can be layered and still respect that the skin is aging. The price is unbeatable for this kind of quality. I do understand how they can say that the shades are really flexible because this is in fact the shade 040N, so neutral shade, and as you can see from my chin and from my arms, my skin is a little bit towards the warmer side and it still made it work. It feels amazing on the skin, very light, as if I'm not wearing anything, and it doesn't dry my skin out or have tingling sensations. This foundation right here is perfect for those of you who are over 30 or have dry skin, for instance. It has the ideal consistency and the ideal formula that doesn't get into fine lines, that covers what you want to cover without emphasizing wrinkles or fine lines. Overall, I truly recommend to try this foundation. It's an amazing value for your money.